Windbreaker Episode 3 began immediately from where the previous episode ended when Haruka Sakura and Kyotaro Sugishita seemingly prepared to fight. Hayato Suo warned Sakura about claiming intent to take the top spot in Suigshita's presence, as Sugishita started throwing punches. It's revealed that Sugishita was the only person allowed to say he was one of the Bofurin before entering high school, and that he's fervently devoted to the current top spot.Likewise. Since Sakura said he'd take the top spot, Sugishita had to fight him. Other students begged Suo to stop the fight, but Sakura immediately ended it with a kick to Sugishita's nose. Sakura then began criticizing Shishitoren for being a fanatic who can't think for himself, saying someone like that could never defeat him. Just as the two were about to clash again, Windbreaker Episode 3 saw a voice come over the loudspeaker, welcoming the students to school. Sakura then tried to continue fighting, but noticed everyone was standing still and paying attention. The voice was then introduced as the Bofurin rep, Hajime Umemiya, the strongest person in Furin. Someone then came to the classroom and said they were rolling out and to get outside. Sakura asked who the person was, prompting the scene to quickly change to a shocked Sakura painting graffiti in town with Suo and Nirei.saw Toma asking them to split into groups of 4 or 5, and each group will have one second or third year as their supervisor. Sakura then asked what they were doing, to which Toma said they're patrolling the town. Sakura's group was then revealed to be led by Toma and consisted of himself, Sugishita, Nirei, and Suo. Toma added that Umemiya specifically told him to keep an eye on the two of them. Sakura questioned why they weren't looking for people and were just walking around, to which Toma said they would just be raiding. He added that walking around in their uniforms has kept other groups small lately, and that their fights are to protect others. They don't need to make the first moves. Sakura commented on how dull this was as they began helping townsfolk paint over some graffiti. The business owner then gave them some free food when they were done. Attacked one of the Shishitoren. The two conscious Shishitoren members were introduced as Yujinari Arima and Minoru Kanuma. Someone then walked up behind the pair and asked what had happened, with Toma revealing him as Shishitoren's number 2, Joe Togame.In. Windbreaker Episode 3. Joe calls the unconscious member Saruwatari, while Toma approaches Joe and explains the situation. Joe seemed easygoing at first but teased a darker side. Saruwatari then woke up and started yelling at the Furin boys, prompting Joe to break a bottle over his head. Joe then beat him further before saying he lost, which means he's weak, and that he's no longer a Shishitoren. Sakura called this lame, questioning their devotees of power moniker. He then met the approaching Joe, who said he'd beat Sakura to a pulp at some point. The Shishitoren then departed, with Nirei freaking out as Toma began taking heartburn medicine due to being stressed. Toma then explained Joe is especially territorial amongst the Shishitoren, also apologizing for not acting first. He then told the San middle school student to come with them, as Toma led everyone up to the school roof to meet with Umemiya. The episode ended with